Who is the more effective southpaw, Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford?
For me, Terrence Crawford.
A lot of people have been talking about Terrence Bud Crawford interview where he goes on to say that he didn't need Errol Spence. It's not like he hasn't said it before, but he said basically he already knows what undisputed feels like. And in a nutshell, fighting Errol Spence is not going to make or break his career. He's still going to be looked at as a great fighter.
And I don't mean to throw shade on him.
And although I understand where Terrence Crawford is coming from, he most definitely needs Spence, just like Spence needs him. Because at the end of the day, boxing is a little bit of theatrics. You know, it's all about what's left impressionable in the minds of the boxing public. And rivals are important in boxing. Where would Ali be without Smoking Joe Frazier? You know, it was a perfect matchup. It was a perfect dancing partner, a perfect duel. That's why we remember it. And that's why rivals are important. Look at Charlo. Charlo beat a lot of champions. Charlo beat a lot of good fighters. Jamel, that is. But it wasn't till he fought Tony Harrison that you seen a good rivalry. And that was an interesting fight. Most people would like to see a third fight between these guys, simply because of the rivalry. So I think to really top off Terrence Crawford's career, most definitely needs Spence. And Spence needs Terrence Crawford because, see, when Terrence Crawford is basically saying that he doesn't need Errol Spence and it's not going to make or break him, he's basically just trying to put out there that, you know, you guys are not going to hold me ransom. Like, I'm really not sweating it. Like, yes, I want the fight, but he doesn't want to give them any type of control over him. Like, I got to chase this guy.
But when I say super fight, I'm talking about that dude. That's going to be my legacy fight because he's like me. I'm a special talent, and he's just a little different than everybody else. Who is that guy in or around your weight class? Because I have an answer for that question. I think Stephen A. has the same answer. What's your answer to that question?
I mean, I really just don't know right now. For right now, it looks like Keith Thurman. I really don't know right now.
He's talking about he want to fight this guy and fight this guy, so he's going to be the A side, you know. He don't want a 50-50 fight. Well, that just lets you know right now he's not 100% confident in his own abilities.
You don't see
I know
Terrence
what you're trying
Crawford?
to get to. You're probably trying to say Terrence Crawford.
Yes.
You know, that's why it's going to happen.
Because the reason why he said, I know what undisputed feels like, because this is supposed to be Errol Spence's ride. Errol Spence deemed it strap season. Errol Spence is the one that's supposed to be pursuing undisputed to the highest degree, because this is what he proclaimed. This is what he said. This is what he told people. This is what he said that he was doing.
Hopefully he beats Jeff Horn and gets that belt. And like I said, I want to be undisputed welterweight champion of the world. So when he does get that belt.
So in that case, Terrence Crawford is supposed to be the guy that Errol Spence is seeking out more than anything else versus Terrence Crawford. That's why I say I know what undisputed feels like. Not to so much relax, but if it doesn't happen, it's not like I don't have undisputed under my belt. That's basically what Terrence Crawford is saying. But this is Errol Spence's ride, okay? You don't get to collect all the belts and then get to the last belt and play games like this. You don't. If you was really serious about that undisputed, it would be serious. His attitude and his actions will match that of what we seen of Terrence Bud Crawford.
So why am I go to easy road and you not Sean Porter out? Why wouldn't I?
Terrence Bud Crawford has been the aggressor. Terrence Bud Crawford has been chasing him. Terrence Bud Crawford is the one that's trying to make this fight happen. Terrence Bud Crawford is the one that's called him out. Terrence Bud Crawford is the one that's on Twitter tagging him and letting him know. Errol Spence been lackadaisical and act like the man don't exist and act like he ain't worth nothing. But at the end of the day, he has a belt that he told them to go get, in which he would fight him for. But now that he got that belt, it's all these reasons why he didn't want to fight him, like him being across the street. That's not a good enough reason. And nobody never heard that in boxing. It's unacceptable, especially for a man to say he wanted to pursue undisputed. If you want to pursue undisputed, you're going to act like it. You're not going to say anybody's across the street. You're going to say that man's got my last belt. Let's go. Nothing else.
If Errol Spence is sitting at home, in the gym, anywhere, wherever he happens to be right now, what is your message to Errol Spence?
Man, I just tell him, take off them panties and pull his pants up and sign a contract.
You don't go chasing Canelo Alvarez, offer him $55 million for 2 fights with you included. Nothing wrong with getting that, but that's something that you do after you fought Terrence Crawford, not in the middle. You don't do that. So that's what Terrence Crawford means. But he most definitely needs him. But Errol Spence needs him more. See, when it comes to Terrence Crawford, and when they was doing the Hall of Fame introduction and stuff out there in New York, Terrence Crawford, as far as I know, was the only active fighter invited and that got inducted. And who got to sit around all those legends? Who did they want sitting around them? Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford mixed it up with all the legends of the boxing game. Why wasn't Errol there? See, when it comes to that jealousy part that people talk about, this is the part that they never bring up. Why wasn't Errol Spence there? Why wasn't he invited? Why wasn't he inducted? What do they see about Terrence Crawford that they look over Errol Spence for? To add to the fact, Errol Spence is never higher than Terrence Crawford on no pound for pound list. Just facts. Never. He has the recognition and the respect of boxing legends. That's everything for an Errol Spence sexual, an Errol-sexual to be jealous about. There is nothing for Terrence Crawford to be jealous of Errol Spence about. Literally nothing. This is why when you ask them, they can't name it. They'll tell you that Terrence Crawford is hating and he's jealous of Errol Spence, but what is he supposed to be jealous of? Most people ride with Terrence Crawford. All the legends. Respectable boxers who have a legacy themselves. They look at Terrence Crawford as the one, not Errol Spence. Errol Spence has nothing for Terrence Crawford to envy. But this is the thing. Terrence Crawford has something for Errol Spence to envy. So now I think they need each other at the end of the day. Just one needs it more than the other. But at the end of the day, they both need them because this is their rival. And there's just no way of getting around it. And boxing fans will be let down if they don't see the fight. But nobody wants to see this fight 6 years later. Like, comment, subscribe. Bruce Van, I'm out.